Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're looking at Rugged Country by Cazz 64. This is the same Cazz that made the Kiwi map with the multi-fruit. And he continued on the multi-fruit with Taylor's Farm. And then he did Hawks Bay. Hawks Bay was probably my favorite because it was so much history in that map. And then literally we got to live in the experience of Hawks Bay. So I'm kind of looking forward to Rugged Country as well. He's always been super nice about bringing it into our homes before he ever releases the map. You get a chance to comment on my videos. If there's any comments and you want to direct them towards Cazz, I will direct them to his attention, and he can stop by and say hi and answer any questions that you might have. So we're going to dive in. Remember, this is early access. The map has not been released. It will be on modhub.us and probably get sent around to a few other your favorite mod hubs and sites. As far as anything other than that, you just got to let some stuff go. Like you're liable to see floating cars or trains or something like that, or trees hanging up in the air. A lot of work goes into making maps, and we get to see it as it's being built. So we're going to jump right in and get started. So I have had a little bit of a peek. He always does like all the animals, usually around in the yard by the house, and always gives you a little bit of each one. This is for players that's learning, want to experiment. If you don't want to experiment, if you don't want anything to do with the animals, you don't have that many to sell. This map has the upgraded icons. Like I said, it is going to be multi-fruit. They're already starting to show up in it. And here at the end, you got tons of sell points like always, like he does, which is fantastic for good competitive pricing. You do have jobs. He always has jobs in it. So you shouldn't be having to stress too much about that. He generally always leaves a couple of fields not in any crop at all. As you see, you own 7, 8, 27, and 19 at this time. And I actually like that. I mean, I don't really complain too much about fields not being in fruits already. I actually like it when it's not, because not everybody wants to do corn turning to silage or whatever, or wheat. This allows you to kind of pick your animals if you want to do animals at all, or just pick the fruits and stuff that you would like to do. This gives you more of a planning of what to do that you want to do. This is a pretty nice large map. It's same as all the rest, like Kiwi as far as the size go. Again, this is your lands that you own. So going to the garage, all this stuff, the store's already working and stuff. So he's made a lot of progress thus far. You do have the Valtra and several starting tractors, truck, combine, of course, the largest, and you got several implements. Pretty much everything that you possibly need. He likes giving people a big start. So you're set, and it's all good. Here's your animal placements and stuff, G&Gs, free range chickens. Here's your multi-fruit. Silo, that whenever you get his maps, if you've never played his maps before, you have to open up the file and grab the two files that's inside. And one of them's always going to be the map, one of them's always going to be the grain silo. It's because of this, and needing to store all these other crops and stuff that you can do. So if you've already done his maps before, you've already got this. It hasn't been updated or anything like that. So you only need the one file. You got your workshop, water stations, plenty of sheds, and G&G's no surf brother house. So, I mean, you're taken care of as usual. And one of the things that I kind of like about this, and it being kind of unique, I'll get up in the air. There's a lot to see. I guess I could show you a few of the buy and sell points on here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. You got your dairy over here, port over here. Here's your sawmill located in the top left. Grain mill You got a biomass heating plant. Here's your supermarket, Eastport, and Hawks Bay Wool. Some of these names may stay and some of them may be going. Mill Station, Manure Sales, McDonald's, and Ranch Bale Sales, and the TUI Brewery Farm. Like I said, some of these names may be staying, some of them going to be leaving. This is early access. I probably needed to update my map. I think the brewery, I think he said that's changing to another type of beer. And the Hawks Bay, I think it's going to be changing. So some of the stuff that you see is possibly going to be changing. As far as looking around, I'll give you a look around. Let's watch the car go floating by. Just like I said, some say the shadow. Let me get rid of the F1. I won't be able to pan up enough, but because I don't have the fly mode enabled. But if you could, you would actually see trains up in the sky, or automobiles up in the sky and stuff like that. That's why you're seeing the shadow, which is kind of cool. And he's sticking to a lot of the hills and stuff thus far. He said all the trees can be cut, and said you can cut down the fence row again, but he wouldn't advise it. And I guess just for your protection, because it is on like a little small plateau, and then you have like your lands stretching out from there. Got your nice little river run through it. See, there goes one of the little cars. He's floating through the air. I think it's hilarious. I love it. Getting to see some of this stuff before it's done is just awesome. So there's a lot of work that has to be done in these maps. People just don't understand. And if you like the European style maps and stuff, like I said, there goes some more cars. Ain't that awesome? You got a lot of rise and falls to your land, like in all his maps. And I seen a little forest over this way. Got you the old wooden bridge. So it's going to get a lot more paint. And it's going to get a lot more trees planted and everything else. And he has that different size trees going on. But one of the things that I learned from dealing with some modding groups and stuff is that it's a little bit harder and more for them to do what we can do, like paint. It's just not as simple for them. Or even putting down a tree, they have to place it, make sure it's not floating, turn it the way it's supposed to be, and stuff like that. It's probably why some map makers will take a stretch of road and let's go tree, 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 tree. You know, and it takes a lot of effort to do a lot of different stuff. You're going to have big farming once again, be able to combine your fields once again. So that's a good thing. I like that. Another forest area over here. This is your border. Let's go back this way. Kind of go to the extreme over here. Did see a little woods area up here. So we got a little castle up here. A little place to drive up to. Can't see the forest for the tree. Several of the trees. And get out of this part. Alright. So now we're back in the farmlands. Another forest. So if you like doing forests, you're going to be set, or it's the same one that I seen earlier. Let me expand out a bit more. This is back to the edge of the map. Nice little pier going out. He got his well back. Like I said, that was kind of cool in Hawks Bay. In the Hawks Bay, it actually had significance with the whale because of all the whales and stuff at beaches there. And I actually said I kind of felt like maybe that was because of maybe the earthquake or something like that that changed the land so dramatically and did away with pretty much part of a bay inlet, is that they're just confused. So you definitely, by looking at this, I haven't got to see a lot of this over here yet. I have had a few peeks. And when we're talking about field after field after field that's combined, all big farming, I mean, just going across there, every single one of these I've seen that can be combined. Could you picture this right here? Literally, I'm going as fast as I can. I don't have the speed mod on here, or I would ramp it up all the way across here. All these can be combined. So if you're into big farming, 30, 29, 6, 4, 5, those are all combinable. All these are. And if you're like me and you like the small farms and then work your way up to big farms, this here's kind of got my play area in it. So starting off in these places here that's owned already, and then all I gotta do is just come through there, add them to it, and then I'm going to be in the big stuff. So that's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to subscribe. That way, in case the second video comes out. Plus, there's another person asked me about doing kind of like early look for them as well. I like doing that kind of stuff. I like being nosy. I like showing people what they got. It informs. Because, I mean, stuff like you really can't complain too much if you know what's going to happen. It saves you the download if you don't. If you're not interested, or if you are interested and say, hey, how about adding this or doing that, gives you the chance before it's ever released. So I love it. I love doing it. And I like learning it. So it benefits us all so many ways. So that's it thus far. And remember, like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe. And that way you'll stay in notifications. And have fun, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.